Hey, Daily Dosers, this is Connor, your community service and missions pastor. Glad to be with you doing the dose. A few days ago, I drove up north to Monterey because it was my dad's 70th birthday party. So we went to a place called Carmel, and if you've never been there, let me just tell you about this place. I actually had forgotten about Carmel, but driving in, I was reminded quickly how extravagant this place is. We're limping in my little '05 Corolla, put, kind of, and we go down to the city, and there are Mercedes-Benz, Maseratis, Bentleys, just you name it. There's a Lambo sitting right there at the curb, and so it's just a place that is so wealthy. Then we park, we go to the restaurant, and this place is very Carmel, very nice. Dimitri's, I would highly recommend it. We go there, and it's just a great night. There's 5-course meal, and the servers there, they probably attend to us 30 different times throughout the night. And then the crescendo of the night is my dad. They bring out his cake. We're all singing to him happy birthday. And this, I think it's the waiter, comes out. He grabs this Middle Eastern guitar, and he leads us into like a 10-minute version of happy birthday, but in another language. And he's tapping people on the shoulders. We're all up, and I'm dancing, y'all, in front of everyone. Something I just do not do, especially in front of some strangers, people I don't know. And it was incredible. He goes down, the song's over. No, it's not. It pops back up, and he does another 10-minute song. And at the end of it, I turn to the person next to me, and I say, that is incredible. That waiter is so talented that he played all that music, was singing all those songs, and the person next to me says, that's not the waiter, that's the owner. And this blew my mind. In this very affluent town, this nice restaurant, the person who at that restaurant could seem most important was the person waiting on all of us. So it reminded me of a passage in the Bible, Mark 10, Jesus is heading to Jerusalem, and he tells his disciples for the third time, I'm going to be persecuted. I'm going to die, okay? And then James and John would say, hey, we totally get what you're saying. We're your followers. Jesus later on would say, you're also going to be persecuted too. And so they say, hey, can we just be the most important of that? Like the best to get persecuted, just completely missing it. And then the 10 that are also following aren't upset that the disciples that James and John got it wrong. They're upset that they were trying to get that position that they also wanted to get. And Jesus said something so profound. He says, not so with you, in verse 43, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. As I showed up in Carmel, my first thought was, I would love one of those nice cars. I would love to be so wealthy that I could afford to actually hang in this place. And I love this passage kind of hits on that, is that oftentimes our natural reaction is to want to be served, to want to have great wealth. And it's times like that night where we're reminded just how powerful it is when someone with position, someone with importance, drops everything, puts that all aside to serve someone else. And I love Jesus's reminder in this passage that greatness is not about what you can obtain, but what you do with your position, and especially when you use that to serve other people. So as we left Carmel with the boys, the thing that I think I'll forget pretty early on, because I didn't remember it before, was just how affluent Carmel was. The thing I'll remember was the owner that made himself indistinguishable between him and his staff. And so we also have that same opportunity, is when we start thinking about, man, my greatness is not about me and what I can obtain, but how I treat and serve my family, my friends, my coworkers, and those around me. So here's my challenge for you this week. 7 days. I want you to write down on a Post-it or piece of paper 7 different days and 7 different ways you could serve someone else. And just each day as you do it, write it right there on your Post-it and keep track of all the ways you're serving people this week. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Daily Dose. We'll see you next time.